Max, Lily, and Oliver, best friends since childhood, they craved an escape from the city's stifling grip. A weekend getaway, a chance to breathe. They found it nestled deep in the woods, an old, secluded house. Its isolation seemed inviting, a world away from their problems. They laughed, unaware of the darkness that awaited them. The drive was long. Excitement bubbled inside them. They shared stories, dreams, and jokes. The anticipation heightened as the sun began to set. Shadows grew long, stretching like grasping claws across the road. Their laughter faded, replaced by an uneasy silence. They were nearing their destination. They were nearing the unknown. The old house loomed before them, a silhouette against the dying light. Its windows were dark, vacant eyes staring back at them. The silence was heavy, oppressive. A shiver ran down Lily's spine. She pushed open the creaking gate, its rusty moan echoing their unease. The house seemed to watch their every move. Inside, dust swirled in the air, catching the faint moonlight filtering through grimy windows. The air was cold, stale, heavy with the scent of decay. Oliver switched on a flickering light, revealing faded grandeur tainted by neglect. Cobwebs clung to every corner. Floorboards groaned under their weight. A sense of unease settled over them. This wasn't just an old house, it felt forgotten, abandoned, haunted. Lily discovered the journal in the attic, tucked away in a dusty chest. Its leather cover was brittle, the pages yellowed with time. The faded ink spoke of another era, a family who once called this place home. The entries were unsettling, whispers of strange occurrences, shadows moving in the night, voices whispering from empty rooms. Lily read on, her heart pounding in her chest. Each page deepened the mystery. The journal writer spoke of a porcelain doll, her prized possession. But the doll was cursed, they claimed. It brought misfortune, sickness, death. Lily shivered. A chill snaked down her spine. She slammed the journal shut, her breath catching in her throat. The house felt colder, the silence more oppressive. She had stumbled upon a secret, a dark and terrifying secret. The first night. They were besieged by unexplained events. A door slammed shut with impossible force. Whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, chilling them to the bone. Lily could have sworn she saw a fleeting figure at the end of the hallway. A woman in a white gown, her face shrouded in shadow. Oliver dismissed it as an old house settling. Max tried to rationalize the whispers as the wind, but Lily couldn't shake the feeling of dread that clung to her. Their laughter was gone, replaced by a shared anxiety. They were intruders in this house. Intruders in a place where darkness lingered, where secrets hid in the shadows. Section 5, Secrets in the Basement. The basement door was hidden, concealed behind a tapestry in the living room. A musty smell wafted from beneath. The air grew colder. Hesitantly, they descended the creaking wooden stairs. The darkness below seemed to have a life of its own. Oliver fumbled for a light switch. A single bulb flickered on, casting long, dancing shadows. The basement was more disturbing than they could have imagined. Strange symbols were etched onto the floor. Candles, half-burned, surrounded a small wooden table, and in the center sat a porcelain doll. Its eyes, two black pits, seemed to follow their every move. It was the doll from the journal, the cursed doll. Lily felt a cold shiver run down her spine. They shouldn't have disturbed this place. Section 6, Panic and Phenomena. The supernatural events escalated. Objects moved on their own. Disembodied voices echoed through the halls. They were trapped in a nightmare. Fear was a tangible presence, choking the air from their lungs. Lily's journal entries confirmed their fears. The house was haunted by the spirits of the family who once lived there, driven to madness by the cursed doll. Their sanctuary had become their prison. They were prisoners in a realm of terror, tormented by unseen forces. They had to escape, but how? Panic gnawed at their sanity. They were living a horror movie, and the ending was nowhere in sight. Section 7. A Tragedy Unveiled. Frantically, they searched for answers. They found an old family album hidden under a floorboard. The photographs told a story of happiness, then despair. The family, once full of life, grew gaunt, their eyes haunted. The final photo showed them gathered around the porcelain doll, their expressions twisted in fear and anguish. Newspaper clippings told the rest. The family had perished in a fire, a tragic accident, the authorities had concluded. But Lily knew the truth. It was no accident, it was the curse. The doll had taken their lives, just as it had taken their sanity. Section 8. The Curse of the Porcelain Doll. The journal held the key. The symbols in the basement were wards, meant to contain the spirits and the curse of the doll. But the fire had weakened the wards, allowing the spirits to break free. The doll was a conduit, amplifying the spirits' anger and sorrow. It fed on their fear, growing stronger with every passing moment. They had to restore the wards. They had to banish the spirits. It was their only hope of escaping the house alive. They gathered candles and salt, following the instructions in the journal. Their hands trembled with fear. The air crackled with energy. The house was resisting them. Section 9. A desperate ritual. They gathered in the basement, standing within the circle of wards. The air grew heavy, thick with anticipation and dread. Lily placed the porcelain doll in the center of the circle. The doll's eyes glowed an eerie red, its porcelain face contorted in a malevolent sneer. They chanted the words from the journal, their voices echoing in the silence. The candles flickered violently, shadows danced menacingly on the walls, the air crackled with unseen energy. The house groaned in protest. A wind whipped around them, extinguishing the candles. They were plunged into darkness. Section 10. The Lingering Dread. Silence. Then the sound of their ragged breaths filled the darkness. They fumbled for a lighter, their hearts pounding in their chests. The flickering flame revealed the basement. The symbols were gone. The doll was gone. Had they succeeded? Had they banished the spirits? A wave of relief washed over them, but as they turned to leave, a cold hand brushed against Lily's neck. She gasped, spinning around to face the darkness. Two red eyes glowed in the shadows, the eyes of the doll. The curse wasn't lifted. It had only just begun.